Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. It's Underhaven, everyone. Joined today by Nate Talks to You.
Yes.
Why, hello there.
The Nate Talks to You of
Hello
YouTube
there.
fame.
You know, I've been getting the word out about this guest recently, and a lot of people have been interested in seeing him come on, so I'm happy to deliver today. We usually do fucking Saturdays, so it'll be interesting to see if we get any of a live audience today, but... Yeah, Friday instead. You know, we're going to be doing a bonus show. We were supposed to do it on Wednesday recently, but we need to get in contact with that guy, Chris, who Jared Genesis threatened to kill, so we can get him an interview. So that's on the back burner for right now, but it will happen within the next 2 weeks. So I just wanted to let everyone know in case they were confused.
Yes.
By the way, before we begin the actual show, I want to let everybody watching right now know that originally today, I was going to be part of a different podcast, but...
yes.
There's a situation that led to that not going through, which I'll go over. First off, Anna Mancheswegta, are you familiar with Objectively Dan?
I am not.
No, I am not, no.
He runs a podcast associated with the atheist community of Austin, the ACA, called the Truth Wanted Podcast. And back in late 2018, he invited me to go on their show. And we've been talking about it on and off for the past several months, and we officially decided that, March 15th would be the day that I would go on. But a week before we were actually going to do the podcast, he contacts me via Twitter Messenger and wants to talk to me on Discord. So I go on there thinking it's just going to be a conversation about, what we'll be actually discussing on the show.
Sure.
But he informs me that a couple of people in the leadership at the ACA decided that they wanted to disinvite me. So it doesn't seem like Dan had any role in it because he invited me to actually go on there. But somebody pulled some strings and said that I guess I'm a bit too hot for the ACA.
Yeah, there's so much shit like that online, especially when it comes to people making guest appearances on podcasts. Like I also help out with that show, The Drunken Peasants. You might be familiar with.
Oh yeah,
that.
I'm very familiar.
This show's based on that show in a lot of ways. But I also help book for their guests. And, I've invited several people on there, some successfully, some not so successfully. But there are people that I've invited on the show, like Lacey Green, where fans of, mutual fans even of the show, who are, they'll go and tell her not to come on the show. And they'll make any excuse up in the book to get her to not come on the podcast. It took us a very long time to actually convince her.
You're a bit too edgy?
Yeah. I guess DP is a bit too edgy for them. A lot of the part why DP gets so much shit for it is because, TJ used to be a host on that show. And there's just a lot of people that really just irrationally don't like him. I get why some people don't like him.
No!
Say it ain't so.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like TJ. A lot of people think he's a big old edgelord. Who would have thought? But
that's one thing I find funny is that, TJ is an edgelord. He's done some controversial stuff. We can all go over Banana Gate all over again. But, in spite of him not having the most clean-cut persona, we have to admit that he has been a very powerful influence in getting people into atheism. I can remember back when I was about 14 years old and just getting into this community, he was one of the first people I began watching.
Same.
And I thought that a lot of his arguments were compelling. And without people like him, I may still be a Christian. So I don't think people should be so quick to dismiss people like him just because he isn't the most formal person out there.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm pretty sure Sweg has like a similar point of view on TJ. Like we've both been watching him for a very long time. That's part of the reason why we're doing this show. But it all comes down like TJ isn't even a part of that show anymore. So it's all about guilt by association, right? This person that you don't even have on your show anymore, just because they were once associated with your show, we shouldn't associate with you. It's ridiculous, honestly.
There seems to be two schools of thought right now in the atheist community, and the one being, just have an open discussion with virtually anybody, have the marketplace of ideas. And then there's the other side, which is all about deplatforming, all about cutting off ties. I think the most prime example of that school of thought would be somebody like Steve Shives.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think this is a problem that goes back as far as the creation of Atheism Plus and all that shit. It's been a problem ever since.
We're going to see a rise in that again.
Oh, you think so? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, because I was noticing for a while, like, when it came to the atheist community on YouTube, it was starting to be more new stars coming up, new people having the discussions, having the debates. Mm-hmm. But now they're just falling prey to the exact same shit that happened years ago. It's really fucking crazy. We've got the level-headed people, in my opinion, who want, open discussions and shit like that, and we've got a group of people who just want to deplatform others. I thought this was what we were supposed to be speaking against.
Yeah, that's what I find kind of funny is that the ACA, their most popular show ever is The Atheist Experience, which I'm sure is hosted by Matt Dillahunty.
Of course.
And their show has been, for the longest time, all about having discussions with people, be them Christian, Muslim, whatever. Have them on there and duke out your ideas. I know that Matt Dillahunty's put out a video about the importance of continuing debating to this very day. And the host of this podcast that I was invited on, Truth Wanted, Dan, he was a Christian just a while ago, but because of that willingness to have an open discussion, he left Christianity and became an atheist. So I just find it funny that the people running the ACA, despite everything they've built, coming from open discussion, now saying, you know what, we're no longer about that. We're now about disinviting people and cutting off ties and having this echo chamber.
The hardest conversations to have, in my opinion, are the ones that need to be had the most because no one's having them. Especially the most ridiculous thing is you can't look down on someone for quote unquote platforming someone and to have a debate on their show or whatever. And then
apparently you can. I mean, just look at what happened to Non Sequitur.
You shouldn't do that and try to affix the beliefs of the people who are on that show with the host of the show necessarily. It's bullshit.
One thing I wanted to ask you about though is, are you familiar with the drama happening right now between King Crocoduck and Godless Iowan?
Yes,
I saw some of it on Twitter, unfortunately.
Yeah. So what happened? Like the brief summary of it is that Godless Iowan was in a podcast recently. And he must have made some comment about King Crocoduck being a rape apologist or something on the lines of that. And King Crocoduck asked him civilly, what is your evidence of that? And rather than actually justify that claim, Godless Iowan decides to just block King Crocoduck. So now Crocoduck and the people at the Non Sequitur show are going to be having a conversation with King Crocoduck discussing that whole situation. Because
I need you to keep that Steve Shive song on standby in the future, okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll get it queued up.
all right. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. But I was going to say, Kyle of the Non Sequitur show said that I could maybe take part in that conversation and mention my recent deplatforming, because I think these are just, again, two examples of this atheism plus-esque attitude making a comeback again, which, again, I find pretty concerning.
It's very dangerous, yeah. We don't need. Not only that, it ruins relationships with people. It makes everyone more tribalistic and dogmatic. It's not good for anyone when this type of shit rears its ugly head in any community. But yeah, it's a bunch of shit. I look forward to hearing the discussions that are had about it going forward, because there's going to be a lot more open dialogues about this. Like, honestly, I don't even think it should be up for discussion if everything is open for discussion. But whatever.
The thing that I find kind of interesting, though, is that, I mean, like, I'm not very familiar with your content as of late, Nate, but, like, on and off, I'll watch, an occasional video. And really, like, there's never been an instance where, like, I've watched a video of yours and I've been like, man, this is too fucking edgy. This is just too out there. Because like usually, you're collected and calm, and you just kind of provide some well-formed arguments, and that's it.
Just
that's
like right
usually
now.
what you go for. I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but really, like, nothing you've said has really, I've not inferred anything as like edgy or really out there.
Well, probably the most edgy thing I've put out on my YouTube channel about 2 years ago was a video on the topic of blackface. And I thought I had a pretty nuanced opinion on the topic. So, you know about minstrel shows, right? Minstrel shows, which were popular back in the 1800s, where you'd have people wearing blackface to mock
I've heard of that.
Americans. Yeah. Well, in my video, I point out as an example of a racist use of blackface. I mean, it seems pretty clear to me that that is a racist use of that kind of makeup.
Sure.
On the other hand, I think that it's possible to use blackface in a non-racist manner. So one example I could mention is there's the actress Julianne Hough, who a couple years back decided to go as the character Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black. Not trying to mock black people, just trying to emulate that character from the show. Another example would be a while ago, there was a young boy for a school project dressed up as MLK and wore blackface to look like him. And he was not trying to mock Martin Luther King Jr., he just wanted to look like him for the project. So that's another example of a non-racist use of blackface.
Yeah, it's all based on intention. Sometimes it's difficult to tell what someone's real intentions are, but I mean, most of the time you can tell if someone wasn't meaning anything offensive by it. A lot of the time when that does happen, though, people just jump on the outrage for the sake of making headlines, and they don't care about the context or the nuance of the situation.
It doesn't seem like that, and I suspect that could be one video of mine that got under some people's skin at the ACA, but, I really don't know.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about that, because, I mean, like, aside from that, like, there's really nothing that comes to mind where, like, I could even see why they would uninvite you. Because, I mean, like, I've heard people, you know how, like, people like to talk, but I've never heard anybody describe you in a way where it's like, Nate is this, like, really out there offensive person. Like, I've never heard anybody say anything like that.
I think it could also be because of some of my videos criticizing different elements of the feminist movement today. From what I've seen, some people working for the ACA, not all of them, but a few of them, are more into that feminist movement mentality, and because of that, they may not want me to be part of their platform. The thing I find bizarre is if any of those people have an issue with my content, then why not simply debate me on it?
Well, exactly, right? You think that would make the most sense, but a lot of these people that are making those types of arguments are the same type of people that don't want to go out and debate their beliefs with people because they're afraid of quote-unquote platforming someone who has an opinion that they think is dangerous or they don't agree with, right? That's an increasing issue on the internet these days.
I mean, it's at this point, it's basically like you're either with us or you're just, like, fucking gone. It's getting to a point where, like, it defeats the whole purpose of having these kind of debates or, like, these kind of platforms in the first place.
I mean, the way I see it, I think that if you strongly believe in what you're espousing on your platform, whatever it may be, then you should be willing to have people come forward and challenge that idea.
I agree.
And for them to deplatform me as supposedly, possibly, because of that content, just tells me they're not that confident in what they actually believe in.
And to just kind of like go on what you said earlier, Swag, I know I agree with what you said. Like the majority of I can't find how anyone would find his videos to be very offensive on any level. But you have to understand that I know some people, some left-wing people on Twitter who really don't like Vadim. They don't think that he's left-wing enough. They don't think Vadim Newquist. Yeah. There's people on Twitter that I know that don't think Vadim Newquist is left-wing enough. So
do they ever say why?
Not really. I guess it's kind of because he can kind of have like an interesting sense of humor. Like he'll Photoshop dildos on people and shit, and then people will be like, "Hey, that's transphobic." I've literally heard not transphobic, homophobic. I've literally heard that argument made against Vadim before because he puts a bunch of.
Wait, hold on. Explain that to me. Like, what's the not logic, but like the attempt at logic behind that?
Okay, because. Well, I guess the logic, as far as what I could see, is because like who else uses a dildo besides a gay man? But that's not true. That's not true. Like, that's literally the argument people were making. It's homophobic because it's a man holding a dildo. So you must be saying he's gay or something, right? It's like, no, it's just a joke because dildos are funny. I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm trying to add something to that, but I don't know what the fuck I could possibly say to that.
Maybe we should move on. Maybe
we'll end up covering this more on the Non Sequitur show and get more
definitely
depth about that.
Yeah, Joe Biden. Do you want to get into Joe Biden?
Oh my god.
I'm not familiar with Biden recently.
What do you have to say about Joe Biden, Swag?
He's teasing a possible announcement to run for president in 2020.
How long has this been going on for? Like, this dick tease of him running, or is he not gonna run? Like, how long has this been? It's been going on for months. Like, he just needs to announce if he's fucking running or not. Even fucking Beto O'Rourke said that he was gonna run by this point. So, I mean, it's time for people to come out and fucking run. Even Bernie's announced it. Seriously? Like, it's taking you this long?
Tonight, is Biden on the brink? With a crowd.
Just like an entire audience of people just fucking do it, you old sack of shit. Just fucking run.
Yeah, seriously.
Him on, the former vice president dropping his strongest hints yet about a presidential run.
I appreciate the energy you showed when I got up here.
That I lack.
Look at this low energy moron, dude.
Going after President Trump at 2 events.
The guardrails we put up to prevent the abuse of power, they're under enormous stress now.
If the former vice president gets into the race,
here's the thing, honestly, say what you want about fucking Trump, but I'm not pretty sure that he hasn't taken any presidential actions that any other former president hasn't taken, like including Obama.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's he saying here? Like, is this just more stirring up, oh, fuck Trump rhetoric? I know that's pretty much what every Democrat is running with at this point. Like, they don't even have their own fucking agendas that they're pushing. They're just like, fuck Trump, I don't care about my own policies. Just talk about how people don't like Trump, and then they'll vote for you. It's like, no, you need to sell people. You need to win them over with your own ideas and not just bashing someone else's. Anyone can point at someone and say that he's retarded.
Given the Democrats running right now, who do you think has the best chance of winning, or who are you rooting for at this point?
Well, I think Bernie has the best chance of winning, but if I had to just pick one I support the most, it's probably Tulsi Gabbard. I think she's got... I think she would just be better for the position. She doesn't have all the negative baggage that Bernie has, especially how he, basically kneeled over in 2016. I don't really hold anything against him for it, but I know a lot of people do. Swegta and I have disagreed on that before. But yeah, Tulsi Gabbard doesn't have that issue. She's pretty much a clean slate in most regards, so I support her.
Yeah, I know quite a few atheists on Twitter who are not big fans of her because they don't like the fact that she seems to be chill with Syria, and they are the people that I know on Twitter are more pro-interventionalism, and she's all against it.
Yeah, I'm not pro-interventionalism, so, but I can see how that would be an issue for someone that is, I suppose.
Instantly become a Democratic frontrunner in an already crowded field. And it could set up a Trump-Biden showdown already playing out. Biden on candidate Trump.
Nobody fucking wants this. People want to see that Bernie and Trump debate, dude. The one that we got denied in 2016. Everyone wants to fucking see it. No one wants to see this old fucking fart go against Trump. No one gives a fuck about Biden. I mean, actually, I'm wrong. There are surprisingly a lot of people, even people I know in real life who are like older, who are actually like, yeah, go Biden. You're the guy who can defeat Trump. But I don't know, man. He's an old fart with too much fucking dirt on him. I don't think he can do it.
I think the appeal of Biden is that he's a bit more moderate compared to Bernie. For some people, Bernie Sanders' political ideas are just a bit too left-wing for them. So Biden's that good middle ground between Trump and Bernie.
Sure, I understand that. He's a lot more easy to digest, I suppose. Perhaps not the best.
I feel like bland is a better way to put it, but yeah, I see what you mean.
He's just like a cracker, dude. He's just like a fucking cracker. He's easy to digest, but bland.
Playing out. Biden
Can I say that on Twitch?
Trump.
Oh, I wish you were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
The president taking his own shots.
Oh God!
Yeah, I don't know why he made that comment. It's like there are so many like. I don't know, like it sounds just like homoerotic. There's like nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying like it's just like an odd comment to make. Especially when you want to make it sound like you challenge him to a fight or something, which is
Biden's a big
not going to
pervert,
fucking happen anyway, so it's meaningless.
He's a big old perv. It's true.
I think he ran 3 times. And he never had more than 1%. So we call him 1% Joe.
Biden recently calling himself the most qualified person to be president, but acknowledging, quote,
I've seen people call him Creepy Biden. I've seen that.
Yeah,
and actually, like the video,
the shoulders of the young girls and then kissing them on the cheek.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking said it. You said it.
Oh, there
He's
we
a
go.
molester. He's a child molester. Ah!
Oh my God! Like,
What the fuck are you playing?
I don't know. I think we got hacked. I think we got hacked by Russians.
No, I
God
don't
damn it,
sure
those
whether or not
motherfuckers.
Biden is actually any kind of molester, but just
Sure.
looking at these
No.
videos, the way
No,
he's
I'm
getting
obviously
up close
kidding.
to them.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
what
like,
do you think? Do you think that the clips that have come out of him, like with the young girls, are suspect enough? Or
No, I think it's creepy, but I obviously don't consider it molestation. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I'm not saying that is molestation, but do you think it's like indicative of other behavior?
Potentially, but it's hard to judge. I mean, that's a lot of aspersions to cast on someone just for that. But I'll say this: it doesn't make him look good. And the one thing I really don't like about it, and this is probably the worst part of all of it, is if he becomes the Democratic running candidate, then there's going to be so much shit sent to the left wing for this. Like, it's just going to be so much ammo. Like, oh, the left wing supports a pedophile. And all that shit would be all around on Twitter, even if there's nothing necessarily.
It's already on Twitter. I called it, and then like an hour later, no more than that, a bunch of people began posting about it, and it's like the video page I pulled this clip from, the YouTube page. The first comment I saw just said, "Please don't."
Yeah, seriously, please don't.
And then below that, I had like an ocean of just like people calling him Creepy Biden. Like, nobody calls him 1% Joe. People call him Creepy Joe.
If Trump doesn't bring these videos up of Biden at some point, if Biden begins officially running, I would be very surprised. I mean, this is a lot for Trump to work with.
Oh, he will. This would invigorate his base so much. A lot of them love this shit. They absolutely adore this shit. If they can point at someone and be like, they're a pedophile, then they will jump on that shit so much. It will get them invigorated. It's crazy.
Biden would tout his working class appeal, but would face a new challenge, a field of younger, more progressive Democrats. The question now, is it Biden time? Andrea Mitchell pressing him today.
No, fuck off.
Why wouldn't you run for president? I can't think of any reason.
Biden.
I can't think of any reason. How about like just please don't? It's not what we need. It's don't fucking do it. I beg of you.
There's already like 10 fucking candidates running for right now. Like, why are you gonna throw yourself in this race? Why? Because you think you've earned it? Because you have the experience? Because you think it's your fucking time? That's why Hillary fucking lost, because she just thought it was her time to be president. No one gives a fuck about your fucking experience. They care. These days, people in America want someone with charisma who's gonna talk to them and tell them what they want to fucking hear. Joe Biden's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Declined to run in 2016 after his son's death. He says he'll make his 2020 decision in the next
I feel like a
few
dick
weeks.
now. It's like, as soon as I play the video, it's like, his son died. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, you didn't hear about
NBC
that back
News
in
fans,
2016? Yeah, that's why I didn't
I
run.
did, but I forgot about it because I don't really care, if I'm gonna be honest.
Out our
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Wait, hold on.
In the next few weeks.
That's their outro.
NBC News fans, thanks for checking out.
NBC News fans? Who the fuck is like a fan of NBC?
Boomers.
No, dude, be sure to subscribe, comment, and rate. That's what everyone does in their YouTube videos, right? We can do that too. Yeah, NBC, CBS, and CNN. Whatever this place is. Whatever. Who cares? Fuck off.
Oh boy, this guy.
Yeah.
You've been deceived tonight. You've been lied to. The media has been brainwashing you week after week and month after month and day after day. No homos will ever be allowed on this church as long as I'm the pastor here.
Never!
Mr. Anderson.
Flattery is something that we can look for. Another thing that we can look for is the fake humility and the hyper spirituality. And these things all kind of go hand in hand, right?
Okay, so let's just like dissect that. Do you guys have any idea what he's referring to?
Sage Wanderer and people like that.
I watched a bit of this earlier on, and he seems to be just saying he has an issue with people making fake compliments to promote Christianity. But it's a trivial issue to bring up during a speech.
This guy's talked shit about other pastors in his town before. Like, we've played multiple videos of him talking shit on other pastors in his town for being too hippie-ish, supposedly. Basically, just for preaching Christianity in the way that he doesn't want it to be preached. Because in his mind, the only way that you should preach Christianity is to fucking jump up on a podium and yell at people like a fucking chimpanzee. So I can see why he might not agree.
Christianity in a way.
Yeah. I've said this multiple times before, but he represents like the raw primal force of what Christianity used to be before it got its balls snipped.
Didn't this guy celebrate when the shooting happened at that one gay nightclub?
Oh my god, I've never
It
seen
wouldn't
that
surprise
before.
me if he did.
Yeah, it wouldn't be surprised
actually
me all the heinous shit that he's done.
With the infiltrators, the false apostles, the false prophets, the devil's minions, they'll use flattery. And this is just a super quick review from last week's
Sounds
sermon.
like this is
What's
bullshit. I'm
flattery?
out of here.
It's when they tell you how great you are.
Background, by the way.
I have no idea.
Looney Tunes background going on. I'm waiting for an anvil to come down on him.
No, dude, that's the fucking that's the fucking castle from Atlantis. I mean, from the Little Mermaid. Yeah, that's the one.
No, I'm waiting for like Wile E. Coyote to just like show up.
And how much they love you when they don't really like you. They pretend to like you.
People
so they make you feel really good by saying
I don't know, there's like one guy who keeps like getting up and attempting to leave, but then decides not to.
nice things to you.
But how big is this guy's following, actually? From what I've seen, it's a very small niche group. I mean, bigger than the Westboro Baptist Church, but he has no real presence.
He does this out of a strip mall.
They're in a strip mall? It was like a little house he was in.
Yeah, wait, Swagta, I've never told you this before? Yeah, he does this entire show out of a fucking strip mall.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, apparently, like, I don't know the exact details, so I'll have to look into it at some point. But yeah, I was told by someone that they apparently there's like some real like cult shit going on here, and beyond what we just see on screen, obviously. Like real like fucked up under the table like cult shit is going on in here. Yeah, that's true.
From the
I bet you guys all thought that Steven Anderson was such a wholesome pastor, but no, not really.
Flattery. What goes hand in hand with that is the overboard fake humility of they're just so humble. You know, and they just talk so much
like
about
you?
how important it is to be so humble. And because these are two sides of the same coin. You know why? Because you're awesome and I'm a loser are two sides of the same coin. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I do not. At all.
Yeah, I'm going to flatter Brother Nick here, right? I'm a false teacher and Nick is my victim here. And I'm going to tell him, oh man, when you read the Bible on Sunday mornings and Sunday nights, man, my heart just burns within me, man. That is powerful. I mean, you have a gift that can't be taught, okay? You know, and if I'm just praying, man, you look sharp. That outfit, I mean, it just works, man. You know, so I'm just going to tell him how great he is. And here's the thing. What's the other side of that coin is, you know, yeah, I wish I could read
Man, you know someone's a big fucking asshole when they can't even fucking take a compliment properly. He has to go to his fucking sermon and rant about it for 40 minutes because someone said he had a nice looking shirt. God damn.
I think he's running low on ideas for things to preach about. He's already covered the Jews and the Muslims. Now he has to go down to compliments of the big issue for Christianity in the modern age.
Seriously.
Is there like anything else innocuous that I could attack for no reason at all? Oh yeah, people being nice. Fuck that.
Is not good at it. You know
fucking people in their checks notes,
the overboard
kindness and
humility.
compliments. Fuck that. God damn it. Is this really what we're complaining about?
Of, oh well, you know, just whatever you say, you know, because I don't know anything anyway. I mean, I'm just brand new. I don't have a clue,
I'm glad to see
man.
him finally be honest for a second in his life. Jesus Christ.
No, I heard a guy get up one time and say, and he said this about a false teacher, Pastor Jack Scopp. Here's what he said. He said, I have more confidence in Pastor Scopp's opinion, or he actually said, I have more confidence in Pastor Scopp's...
Like, what is this gossipy bullshit? Like, if I recall correctly, your Bible condemns gossip, so what the fuck is this?
I swear to God, this guy talks shit more on other pastors than he actually talks about the fucking Bible. How many times have we played a video from this guy and he just talks about, hey, this pastor across the fucking street said something really shit.
Half the time we're playing a video where like he's like, you'll never believe what Pastor Jonathan did. It's like, who fucking cares?
I don't seek out these videos either.
Girl talking trash about the other girls in the high school.
Yeah, like, oh my God, did you see what fucking Becky was wearing yesterday? Like,
she's such a
slut.
slut.
Do they ever reply back to him, or do they ignore him for the most part?
Yeah. I'm sure he's the laughing stock of his fucking town. That's why he's so salty against anyone else who's a fucking pastor in his town, because they're all probably more successful than him and actually respected in their community.
If Pastor
Dude,
Scott
one thing I can assure you is that you aren't going to go find fucking Jesus in a strip mall. That's the last place you're going to find fucking God.
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually a good point. If there's like ever been a location where I'm like, is this going to be the place where I find God? I don't think like a depressing strip mall in Texas is going to cut it.
Yeah,
honestly.
dude, I would sooner go fucking dumpster diving for Jesus at that point. I mean, it's about the same. It's about the same quality that you're heading into.
or thinks that something is right, I would have more confidence in that than in my own certainty, what I know for sure. What he thinks is probably right, I trust that more than what I know is true. Isn't that kind of a weird thing to say? So that's like a flattering thing to say, and people who are just constantly telling you how, yeah, I don't know anything, and yeah, I don't really matter, I'm not important.
Oh, you called it. Holy shit. You actually called it.
Yep, I know it. I knew it. I can read this guy like a fucking book at this point. I think we've done enough segments of this guy that I know him about as well as Von Helton, so piece by piece. I'm sorry?
Does he have a thinking chair in the corner over there?
Yeah, dude, that's a thing. They have some lazy boys that they always pull up during these sermons. I guess it's so that people don't get too fucking bored here. But yeah, it's pretty strange. It's pretty fucking strange. Only a few select people get them, and everyone else has to fucking squalor in the shitty chairs.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Yes.
Oh no, no! I made a mistake.
Oh god.
Evil must be punished. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's just jump into it.
Awaiting the arrival of my cape. At any moment, it could literally be any moment, and we are waiting for it to arrive.
It's like a kid on Christmas Eve.
I am watching.
I know.
I'm watching the cameras, and I'm watching
It's
outside.
like a washed out Santa Claus.
And
I know, right?
we're gonna wait and see if it arrives, folks. I can do an unboxing right here live. Wouldn't that be neat?
No.
That'd be awesome,
He
wouldn't
gets
it?
so excited about the prospect of doing it live too. It really is funny. You got it exactly right. He's like a kid on Christmas, waiting to get his fucking Doctor Strange outfit.
Do an unboxing live on Facebook. I mean, there's people do clothing stuff.
Riveting, Vaughn. You are truly a riveting man.
Why not an unboxing, huh? See if it arrives. It's supposed to be here today.
Dude, this is literally just a video of him sitting around waiting.
So this isn't a live stream. This is actually him recording a video just talking about waiting for a package.
Yeah. You know what, Swegta? Honestly, Swegta, here's something we should plan out. Instead of all the plans that we had for my fucking birthday, fuck all that. I'm just gonna do an episode of Underhaven where I sit here and just fucking fart all day. That's all I'm gonna do. That'll be my birthday special.
Now, wasn't there a video you wanted to play of them talking about aspartame though? I do remember seeing this video in the list.
I don't know if I have it. I have a couple more. I have official cause of death. The diet soda took her.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's
okay. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. All right. For some reason, I didn't think about aspartame when I read that.
Oh, you will soon.
No, diet soda does not cause obesity, but diet soda can lead to brain tumors because of a chemical in there called aspartame. Anything with aspartame should be immediately avoided. because it can cause brain tumors.
So this seems to be a common belief I've seen in conspiracy circles before, where they all think that if you have diet soda because of the aspartame, it'll somehow either cause brain damage or harm your liver in some way. This is based off like one study that came out years ago, and studies after it showed that it's total bullshit. I know that organizations like the FDA looked into it, other cancer organizations looked into it, and there's simply no evidence supporting that claim.
It's kind of funny how like people still believe this shit, as if, like the FDA would allow a product that definitively causes brain tumors to just like be sold in stores. I mean,
well, that's the thing about
is that
Vaughn.
a possibility? I mean, like, could that happen? Yeah, but I mean, like, after it gets enough traction or attention, rather, you would imagine that there would be some kind of investigation that would determine whether or not they should be able to sell it.
There are still people to this day that believe that vaccines cause autism, so it doesn't shock me at all that after one study or two that were later debunked saying that aspartame causes brain tumors, people would still grasp onto that for dear life, no matter how many times it's debunked.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Vaughn will hop onto literally any conspiracy theory that's shoved in his face as long as someone says it to him long enough. I mean, this is the same person who not only thinks that snow that was put out in this winter was artificial. He also believes that he's the Punisher. He believes that he's Doctor Strange, and now it's time for the real kicker. Dude, Swig, I love telling this whenever we have a guest on that's not familiar with it. Von Helton actually believes that he's a descendant of Vladimir the Impaler.
I think I might have heard of that somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, he thinks he's a real vampire and all that.
Yeah, which he actually believes that that is the cause of his lack of teeth.
Yep.
He doesn't have any teeth?
Nope.
No,
he's a toothless gummer, just like
and actually,
Brett Keane.
There's an audio bite somewhere out there that like I want to find and play on this show at some point. It's an audio recording of Von Helton and Brett Keane yammering on about how wonderful it is to not have teeth.
I love not having teeth.
Yeah, they go on and on about how, like, good it feels to, like, gum steak and stuff. It's really vile, honestly.
Did any of you notice the massive pile of socks and rags in the corner of his bedroom next to the desk?
Yeah.
Anybody with a room that messy cannot be sane.
Same with Jared Genesis, dude.
Same thing with what?
That guy Jared Genesis that I mentioned earlier. He's got one of the most fucked up rooms that you'll ever see. I'm pretty sure we'll get to one of his videos.
Oh boy!
Eventually.
Oh, we will.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a very sad video a while back.
A video of yourself?
A Von Helton video?
Yeah, I saw one of my own vlogs, and now I'm depressed.
Of an elderly gentleman that lost his wife to diet soda. I want to say Diet Coke, but
wait, to diet soda?
It's like
soda? Cause of death to diet soda.
Diet soda? Seriously? Oh my god, dude! The tragic killer that's stolen so many lives. Diet soda. Oh man, we got to take him down. We got to put him behind bars, man.
It couldn't have been the morbid obesity. It couldn't have been the overall health problems. Just the diet soda by itself was the #1 killer in this situation.
Swig, I think we figured out what ruined Vaughn's relationship. It was all diet soda. It wasn't the trolls, haters, or naysayers. It was too much diet soda, man.
Fucking Coke
how old
Zero.
Is Von Helton? He has like a very unique look where you can't actually tell if it's just from like drugs why he looks old or it's actual age that caused him.
I think it's both.
I think he's like in his late 40s. I think.
You're joking. Late 40s?
Something like that.
Yeah. I know he looks like he's in his 60s, but he might even be in his early 40s. He might even be in his early 40s, honestly. Brett Keane's like 38, right? I think Von Helton.
Brett Keane was like 50, looking at his gray hair and his ragged face.
These two are very much two sides of the same coin. They share very much in common, and they're good friends with each other too. Von Helton is basically the Brett Keane of this broadcast. And he pretty much proved that to be the case when he false flagged us several fucking times on YouTube, but whatever.
Over what? What'd you do?
We had the audacity to respond to his videos.
Yep, just what we're doing right now. That's all.
Yeah, and he accused us of, what was it? Running a scam? I don't
we're
know
scam artists,
how he
apparently.
arrived at that conclusion, but yeah, he accused us of being scammers.
Well, I do remember this same guy accused one of my friends of stealing his like uncle's name or something a while ago. When he was debating the Frost review, he said that like his uncle or great grandfather was called Frost, and therefore, and somehow he had like copyright ownership over the name Robert Frost because of that.
I'll have you know my grandfather was Iceman. You can't call yourself that. Fuck.
Could have been Diet Pepsi. Anyway, the point is that she had been drinking diet sodas for quite some time, and it just one day.
Man, it makes it sound like this woman had a fucking meth addiction, you know? Just how this whole story plays out.
One day I was just drinking soda, and next thing you know, I'm on the floor dead.
Yeah, this is how it happens, dude. That's how it happens. It can even happen to the best of us.
You know, it's like playing Russian roulette.
No, it's
you can
not.
drink diet sodas for years and not have a single problem, and then just one day, bam, gotcha.
Bam, gotcha.
Really sad.
You're talking about like Diet Pepsi, you
Dude,
old
one day Thanos is just gonna fucking snap, and there you go, diet soda.
You should have gone for the diet.
Yeah.
Really sad. He and his wife had been together for years, and it took her life, buddy.
Do you
Yeah,
think
all
we
the
should get Von
artificial.
Helton on here someday? Maybe have a debate with him?
I would be fine with that. I mean, like, I'd be polite, or at least, not hostile. But he's never gonna go on our show. We got an invite from Brett Keane to go on Brett's show. I hesitate to call it that, because it's just him laying on his belly.
The thing is,
really
like, Brett Keane is fun to laugh at, but the guy has had no real online presence in, like, what, a good decade now? Didn't he have, like, maybe, like, 15K subs back in
and actually,
2008?
he lost that account because he deleted his channel and attempted to put that on somebody else, as though they had flagged it down.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, this actually happened after YouTube changed the way terminating your own account works. For a while, you could not reinstate your channel if you deleted it. You couldn't do that. And he did this, like, just a few days after they implemented this change, and so he was oblivious to this. And it revealed his intent. It revealed his entire fucking scheme. So it's like, it's one of those beautiful things where it's like, Brett Keane is so fucking oblivious of how YouTube works, even in like, his heyday, that it actually just ends up fucking over his entire fucking YouTube career, if you can call it that.
I think that's a fitting end for Brett Keane, his first of many endings.
Nerves are bad for you, that's correct. Alright,
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. You're hot now.
Oh god, he's getting in other people. Make it stop, Swingta! I can't stand it when he gets other people in these fucking hangouts, dude. They're so fucking annoying.
Hey, come on, let's see what he has to say. Maybe,
I
maybe
think some of his own followers are like, I think you're kind of full of shit on the Diet Coke, and then he has to challenge them to that claim.
Oh,
okay, let's see.
Because I don't have earphones.
Nope, you're doing fine. You're doing great. What's on?
Wow. Never figured I'd be talking to you on here.
Dude, imagine being taken away by the chance to talk to Von Helton.
The great Von Helton, the Punisher himself.
Yeah, dude, this guy gets to talk to the fucking Gummisher himself. You treat this man with respect.
Here you are. What do you think?
Oh, I've been watching your YouTube videos probably for about heck.
Oh, this guy doesn't have teeth either. I can tell. I can detect it.
I can hear it. Yeah.
I saw your latest video.
3-4 months.
Dude, they need to all get together and form the Brotherhood of the Gums, dude. That'd be epic.
Oh, well, you're a new boot, huh?
Yeah, that's why I said I figured I didn't ever know if you'd ever do the Google Hangout, so I figured I'd never have a chance.
Living archetype of the redneck.
I know,
right? This is exactly how I would imagine a Von Helton fan sounding like.
Dude, this guy's chewing tobacco right now. You know it. You fucking know.
And that Von Helton, man, he's going to talk about the Diet Coke, right?
Yeah, Diet Coke. You know what, Von? You're such a visionary. You know what? Now, I'm never going to drink Diet Coke ever again, actually.
I'm, like, anticipating Dale Gribble showing up at this point.
I know. Pocket sand.
You made it.
Well, keep up the good work.
I'm doing my best.
That's it?
I'm doing my best. Your uncle consumes nothing but Diet Coke and he doesn't have any brain tumors, but his health isn't good. Well, you know, like I said, man, I mean, you can drink the shit for years. Eat all that diet food for years and not have a single problem in just one day.
Diet food?
Yeah, look, I think the word you're looking for is salad. I know that's a foreign concept to you, Vaughn, but it does exist.
Vaughn's never seen a vegetable before. What the fuck are you talking about?
Man, bam, get you. And like I said, it's like playing Russian roulette. You know, you never know when it's going to hit you.
Dude, watching a Von Helton video is like playing Russian roulette to me. I don't know.
Does Von Helton ever reference where he gets any of this information from?
No, of course not. He never puts it in the description. He never brings it up on screen. Never even talks about where he gets his information. Probably the same place where he gets the information that told him that the Avengers were real and that they were trying to recruit him in real life. Websites like that. That's probably where he gets his info.
Let's play another Vaughn video, or you know, we could move on to Jared. We could do that.
No,
yeah,
I don't
move
know
on
about
to Jared.
I'm kind of curious who this mysterious Jared is now.
Yeah, let's show him. Let's show him.
So this is a video somebody else made. It's a compilation of various clips from Jared's channel. It's entitled "Jared Demonstrates How to Be a Real Loving Christian."
There's a lot of fake Christians out there. There's a lot of very...
Okay, so just like take a moment to just like observe the room he's in.
It's like a discount Sam Hyde kind of looking.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a discount Christian.
I see you went to the Von Helton School of Home Decor.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me just state something. Where have you gotten to in your life when you are the discount Christian?
I can't tell from here. Did he tape playing cards onto the side of his dresser?
Yes.
Yep.
There's a lot of very hateful people.
Once you keel over and die, I'm gonna rape the shit out of your wife, and she's gonna love it, man. She is going to.
Oh my god!
It. She's gonna love my big cock inside of her. Something you were never able to give her.
Fanfic I'm hearing
you only
right
knew
now.
how to.
I know, right?
It's like he's reading like an excerpt from 50 Shades of Grey or something.
Yeah, a steamy romance novel.
Because you're such a lard ass, you'd squish her to death. I'd fuck her every single way there is possible. Every
position. Is he talking to future Jared here?
I would give it to her so good.
I'm gonna cock myself.
And she would.
Dude,
that'll
wait,
teach me.
Pause this. Dude, Jared has no place calling someone a fucking fat ass. Have you seen that man's gut? He looks fucking pregnant.
Yeah, and also like it's. I mean, if you're gonna like engage in some petty online argument, like presenting yourself as a rapist is not a good start. Just putting that out there.
I find it funny. Some of my
He impregnated Virgin Mary without her consent, so I mean, he's kind of living up to the whole Christian label that way.
Oh yeah, dude, he's like a true Christian, much like Pastor Steven Anderson. He represents the primal Christianity before it was tainted.
Touché.
My trolls even claim to be Christian, which to me is a big joke. I mean, it makes me laugh because my trolls are the most hateful, bigoted people you'll ever meet in your life.
But nobody gives a fuck. Okay, go fucking kill yourself, dude. Nobody would miss you, bro, if you took your fucking life. Did you know that, bro? Not a single person would miss you, not even your parents, dude. You're fucking worthless. You worthless piece of shit. I'll slit your fucking throat, motherfucker. I'll slit your fucking throat.
This is a 32-year-old man.
Yep. He's 32. It looks like he's in his mom's basement or something. I can't even tell where
he is. He is.
Well, not in the basement, but he does still reside with his parents, yeah.
Yeah, and there's multiple examples of him cussing off his fucking parents. The only reason why he's able to live with a fucking roof over his head, he talks shit on them constantly. And the thing is, too, like, he does, like, 7-8 hour streams, or at least he did before he got his computer taken away by his dad.
Yeah, let's play that.
We're watching a legit man.
Okay.
He has a Buzz Lightyear action figure on top of the dresser. He has a Mike Wazowski toy. He's a big fan of Pixar. He's sporting some, like, late 90s haircut. This guy never grew up.
So this is a Lard Genesis threatens his father with physical abuse on live streams.
Yeah, we just need to show you this real fast.
So does his dad
like the
walk
best.
in the room in a minute?
Yeah.
Oh god.
So this is what got his PC taken away.
You're the biggest moron I ever met in my life, Chris. You take the cake. You understand that? You've got to be the biggest dumbass I've ever met in my life, bro. you seriously. When you win the
I want to be careful not to play too much of this because it's I think it's Breaking Benjamin or some shit.
No, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I'm just talking about like YouTube. We're actually gonna have Chris on, the person he's threatening in this video.
Yeah.
So
the guy he threatened to kill is going to be on our show. That's what we're going to find out when we have Chris on our show. I really have no idea why Jared hates him. So that's exactly what we're going to try and get to the bottom to next time we have an episode.
I'm just gonna mute it when he shuts up.
Yeah, you can move to the part where he actually gets fucking animated.
Okay. So at this point, you'll notice he flinched. That's his fucking dad knocking on the door.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Why don't you make me? I'll beat your ass if you come in here, man. I'm not playing.
Oh, God.
I'll beat your fucking ass, man.
So this is Jared and his dad.
Dude, I would never talk to my parent like that. Not even out of like fear of fucking backlash or something, but that's just because that's not how you talk to someone. That's just not how you fucking talk to someone, especially someone who lets you stay in their own fucking house.
Now, as big of a scumbag as this guy obviously is, I had to put some of the blame on the parents for not kicking him out. I mean, you're not gonna see your kid grow if you just continue to tolerate this kind of childish behavior from him. If I were in the father's shoes, I would have said, you know what, like, clean your act up or clean
your room, Bucko.
I'll call the cops on you. I'll get you out of my house.
Yeah, I agree. That's what the response should have been, and maybe it was, as far as we know, because he hasn't made videos ever since this fucking happened. But yeah, I mean, this has been clearly something 32 years in the making. Like, Jared didn't just wake up one day and be a selfish asshole. I mean, obviously he was allowed to be like this for his entire fucking life. And that's why he is the way he is now, threatening people on the internet. It's really fucked up.
I know this sounds kind of odd, but I actually feel kind of fortunate that I got kicked out at 18, honestly, because I'm like, I'd much rather experience that than gradually become this. If I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, I think it's really important that, like, a lot of parents nowadays are kind of soft on their kids. They don't want to put any discipline into them. But yeah, at some point you need to just, like, lay down the law and say, you know what, you're at this age. It's time to, begin working. Try to make something of yourself. Does he have a job, by the way? I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't.
No, he doesn't have a job.
I don't think so.
He doesn't even try.
Any fucking person with a job is not going to be sitting around in their childhood bedroom making like 8-hour live streams on YouTube on a daily basis.
Yeah, he refuses to take donations too.
Okay,
so then he has absolutely no source of income.
None, absolutely.
Doesn't seem like he even like desires one. It seems like he just rejects any kind of like income.
He's happy to live his fucking life like this, just doing the same shit over and over again, day in and day out, just waking up in his non-existent bed.
Well, if this guy ever threatens me down the road, I would be more than happy to have an actual fight with him. People like
dude,
this.
Fuck Andy Worski versus the other guy, dude. This is the real MMA match.
Nate talks to you versus Jared Genesis.
Yeah, dude. People will be fucking piling into the stadium for that one. We gotta make it
Celebrity deathmatch.
Yep. Dude, my favorite celebrity.
I'll beat your motherfucking ass. You hear me? I'll beat your motherfucking ass. Don't play with me, boy.
Dude, this edgy music in the background is the greatest touch.
Mom told me to clean my room. It's like, okay. And it's funny because like he calls his dad boy. It's like, what?
Boy!
Even like as an insult, that makes no fucking sense at all.
I know. It's retarded. But so's he!
Don't play with me, boy. God damn. You guys are making me fight my family.
You guys, take some fucking responsibility for once in your life. Yeah, look what you made me do. It's like, I don't know. It's like, oh my god. Damn you, internet.
I swear to God, you guys. I'm gonna get you back for this, Chris. I'm gonna fucking get you back.
Oh, here it is.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. Here it comes.
You might get my computer taken away, but I'll get it back. Don't worry.
Just imagine, how that room must smell.
All this edgy dialogue, while in the background, the music is like, wow, your life is broken!
Dude, you know what I've noticed? We have, like, a tendency to get into, like, online feuds with grown men who still live with their mom and dad.
Oh, yeah!
Like, like Jared Warcorpse You know, Vaughn.
I know, yeah. Man, what's this say about us, Swagto? What the fuck does this say about us? I don't know. God damn.
You're the Neat Hunters.
Yeah, we're the Neat Hunters. Dude, oh, fuck, we picked the wrong podcast name. God damn it. All right, we got to rebrand everything. I'll get working on the social media. We'll have it all changed out by next week. Please.
Sweet.
I'll get it back, motherfucker. I'll get it back, motherfucker. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
You're not going to get it back now.
Sick of this goddamn shit. I'm a grown-ass man, motherfucker. God damn it.
No, you're not.
You.
You're a literal man-child.
Fuck you!
All you can beat is your microphone.
And his meat, dude. Yeah, look at that picture. Look at that. That says it all, doesn't it? Doesn't that just say everything you need to know about Jared as a person? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's ending up in the thumbnail.
Dude, I'm glad that I could be the one, that me and Swagta could be the ones to fucking show you this shit, because it's something special. It's fucking, it's a beautiful piece.
The shouting mushroom. That's what I call him.
Yes!
I don't need this goddamn shit.
I'm a slob. I'm a 31-year-old virgin.
And it actually applies this time.
Chris, listen to me, you piece of shit. I will have the last laugh with you. I will fucking have the last laugh.
Okay, so it goes from I will have the last laugh, and I'm gonna get back at you. And listen to what he follows that up with.
One thing I just want to say, because of that line, the episode that we have Chris on Underhaven will actually be called The Last Laugh.
Oh, that's perfect. Now I was not aware of that, but that's brilliant. Okay. Okay, so this is his follow-up to I'm gonna have the last laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna find out where you live and I'm gonna fucking end your life. You understand that, Chris? I'm gonna fucking end your sad life, man. This isn't over yet, bro. I'm gonna fucking end you, Chris. I know your name, it's Christian. And I'm coming looking for you, Christian. I'm coming looking for you, Christian. I'm gonna fucking end your life. You understand that? I'm gonna end your sorry fucking life. I'm gonna slit your goddamn throat, Chris. I'm gonna end you. I'm gonna end you.
And that's where it ends.
What the fuck? This guy's deranged.
So this is a prime example of internet tough guy. He talks all of this shit, but I'm willing to bet if anyone actually agreed to fight him, he would turn them down immediately. He would find some way out of it.
He wouldn't be willing to fucking leave his room. Like, maybe if we have you on another time, I'll show you this. I don't want to overload you with Jared Genesis, but there's a video of him out. There's a video of him out there doing fucking Street Fighter moves with his big fucking belly hanging out. It's one of the most ridiculous things you'll ever see in his life. It proves to me that he could never win in a fight with anything, not even a fucking butterfly. So,
you know what this reminds me of? Are you familiar with a guy called Ross? Who Mr. Medicare had a fight with a while ago.
Yep.
Yeah, he's known for doing the same thing, peeking the microphone, threatening people, not getting out of his parents' house. So this guy was like right up his alley.
Man.
Yeah, man. I'll have to look into that guy because I absolutely know nothing about him, honestly.
New Zealand gunman says, subscribe to PewDiePie moments before live streaming shooting. Updated. So,
the definition of taking memes too far, I would say. This is really fucked up. I can't believe that. I can't believe this happened, honestly. Like, I can believe the mass shooting part, which is probably the saddest thing, but I can't believe that someone felt the need to say a stupid, ridiculous fucking meme. To try and sue Discord.
Trying to use this line from the beginning of the shooting video as some way to pin PewDiePie for doing this.
Yeah. I knew that would happen. Because, I mean, like, anything that the media can pin on PewDiePie, they're going to make an attempt at doing that.
Here's the thing, too. It was very clear that the shooter wanted to cause discord and chaos. Like, they had a manifesto where they talked about how they wanted the left and right wing in America to get so angry at each other that it caused a fucking civil war. So all they want to do is cause, all they wanted was to cause civil unrest and that type of shit. So by the media playing into their hands, they're basically getting exactly what they want.
But I mean, this is Kotaku, so what do you expect? But it's funny in the manifesto, he also mentioned things like Spyro the Dragon in Fortnite being part of his inspiration for carrying out the shooting. So it's very clear this guy was just trying to troll people. In that
Yeah.
aspect, I mean. He wanted to fuck with people and get this kind of memeing on.
Yep, and it seems like it's gonna fucking work, which is the most fucked up thing of all of it. I mean, I don't know. It really goes to show, though, how predictable things are on the internet these days. When people, of course, this was gonna happen. Like, is anyone really surprised that this has happened at some point? Like, the media takes advantage of literally anything. They put any spin on it to get as many clicks and views as possible. And they know that this controversy is just going to be something that can make them money, and that's really fucked up.
What?
Now,
No.
Have either of you actually watched the full video of the shooting?
I have not.
I have not.
So yeah, basically what happens is this guy, the video begins with him driving to where the mosque is located. And after about 4 minutes of driving, he finally gets there. He grabs an AR-15 from the back of his vehicle, and then he walks in there and begins just shooting down this hallway. And then he makes his way inside to this main area where they're all praying, and they're hiding in the corners of the room. And he just begins just mowing down people all across the corner of this wall. And one guy tries to, it looked like he was trying to jump on top of him to try and stop him, but unfortunately, this guy got murdered in the process as well. But it's good to see people like that were trying to take action to prevent this from going on. But
yeah.
And
really, this was not one gunman. This was actually several people doing this.
Yeah, there were, I think, 2 other men at a different mosque who also killed people, but the one that actually got caught on footage and broadcast live on Facebook was from this one guy.
I know I shouldn't really be surprised by it. I'm not. I'm used to it at this point, and I feel like that's almost like a bad thing, but I'm very tired of seeing all the people that are using tragedies like this on Twitter to go push an agenda. I know that it's part of human nature to put your own spin on things and do that type of shit, but the way that some people do it is just really disgusting.
Just have some fucking, like, decency. That's all we really ask of people. It's like, if you're gonna report on this, then do that with honesty. At the very least, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you seen that there are some people now blaming Ben Shapiro for this shooting happening?
What? How?
Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Ben Shapiro, but at the same time, I think it's a bit far-fetched to blame him as being the one responsible for this going on. I don't think that actually critiquing Islam means that you are therefore responsible for people going out and trying to kill Muslims.
No.
No. Yeah, definitely not.
So that's like the I don't know, not prevailing, but that's like the main argument they're making.
Yeah, I've also seen a lot of people, like, not just with Ben Shapiro, but, like, multiple, not even just right-wing figures, but I suppose people who have even been, like, part of what was formerly, like, the skeptic community and all that shit. You know, people like that is what I'm trying to say. I've seen them get accused of this shit because they've made tweets talking about how, it was a tragic situation, and I've seen that people actually tweet at them, well, you're part of the reason why there's so much political division in the first place. So if you really think about it, it's on your conscience. This is all your fault. All this political division and all the violence that comes of it is your fault.
These people want to use tragedies like this not to actually solve the issue at hand, but rather to just use it as a chance to get certain people online deplatformed. They don't like your ideas.
Exploitation.
They don't want to have a discussion with you, so they say this is all on you, and then they want to get you off the website.
Yep. The worst part is I see so many people arguing against their own interests, too. It's going to bite them in the ass when they realize that they're the ones who are going to be deplatformed. It's going to come for us all at some point.
Anyway, so this is what PewDiePie said about it. Just heard the news of the devastating reports from New Zealand, Christchurch. I feel absolutely sickened having my name uttered by this person. My heart and thoughts go out to the victims, families, and everyone affected by this tragedy. So it's actually, it's just sympathy. That's really what it is.
What a fucking Nazi, dude.
Yeah. It's like, how the fuck could anyone, in all honesty, make an honest attempt at, painting this person as some evil Nazi who roots for the death of Muslims or some shit?
A very similar thing, I don't know if you remember this, a very similar thing happened to TJ. A fan of his actually performed a school shooting. And
and actually, this is not the first time he got the blame for a school shooting. Actually, at one point back in 2006, what was his name? Natural Selector 89. I can't remember his actual fucking name for some reason, but YouTube names I can recall. I know that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so This fucking, some socially awkward 16-year-old Finnish kid heads into school with a gun, kills, some of his teachers and classmates, and of course, the media decided to cover like the YouTube side of his life, and of course, when they talked about his friends online, they just kind of like threw TJ's image in along with like
they actively criticized him before the shooting went down. I'm pretty sure he made like 4.
Yeah, he did, and actually,
he's like, these are bullshit.
TJ actually made several attempts at like getting people aware of this, like actually raising awareness and telling them like, hey, these kind of people should be looked into. And people kept calling him a bully. They kept saying that, oh, he's just like picking on this kid for no reason. But then lo and fucking behold, it happened. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen, but the level of dishonesty at display there was just, I don't know, disgusting. And the fact that nobody really acknowledged it outside of, the people within TJ's circle, I mean, I think that's kind of disgusting, honestly.
Yeah, trying to fucking frame him for something that someone who followed him did when he had over like hundreds of thousands of followers at that point, or subscribers, I should say. Yeah,
it was more like 20,000 or so, but yeah.
Oh yeah, back then, yeah, it probably was back then. You're right. But still, though, I mean, that's 1 out of 20,000, which is still a large number.
It's the same kind of rhetoric people use when they're trying to attack video games. If one school shooter happened to be a fan of a game like Doom, therefore Doom must have been the reason why this shooting happened. It couldn't have been for other factors like using drugs or some kind of mental problem or problems in their family. No, it must have been because of that game or that one content creator.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. I'm sure that there are some people in my fucking audience who are into kinky shit. I'm sure someone watching this right now shoved a pineapple up their ass. Does that really reflect poorly on us as a show? I don't think so. I mean, people who view a show, everyone has their own fucking interests. It doesn't mean that... It doesn't mean it's The Walking Dead's fault because someone who might have watched their show at some point might have done something really fucked up. I don't know. You can't correlate media with the individual like that, unless it's like, unless...
Yeah, you can. Just look at Jack Thompson.
Oh, God.
But going back to PewDiePie for a minute, I mean, they've been trying to go after him for like roughly a year at this point, it feels like.
They want his blood.
That one troll video where he had those Indian guys on Fiverr hold up the Gas the Jews sign, which was obviously intended to be a joke. I think even in the same video, PewDiePie said, what is the most outrageous thing I could make them put up as a sign? And they did it for him. He wasn't trying to actively promote it as like a real ideology he followed, just trying to see what he could get away with through Fiverr. And
if people weren't so sensitive about that type of shit, then it wouldn't even be he wouldn't even have done it to begin with. It's literally just to trigger people, for lack of a better term. That's all it fucking is.
And then if he puts up his arm in a certain way like this while doing a video, they'll screenshot that and say, oh, look, he's doing the Sieg Heil. Or if he promotes some YouTuber who he casually watched because he did anime reviews of shows that PewDiePie liked, if PewDiePie didn't happen to know about one or a few videos where they made like hidden messages that people otherwise wouldn't know about unless they knew about these like certain topics, therefore PewDiePie is supposed to be responsible for those ideas being in his channel.
Yeah, I think part of me, I think PewDiePie doesn't even want to be the highest subscribed YouTuber at this point, because it's just like it's a lot of social pressure on him. He has so many expectations on his shoulders. He's like expected to do like so many things perfectly, and everyone's out for his blood because he's such a big target, right? And he's easy clicks and views.
By the way, why do you think that PewDiePie specifically gets so much flack by the media? Do you think it's actually about him promoting right-wing ideas? I think there's like
no. It's him being independent. I think that's what it is. Yeah, like there's no obligation for him to adhere to like any kind of company that he's sponsored by or anything like that. He's independent. He's at the top of the YouTube hierarchy. He doesn't need to answer to like some fucking giant mega corporation.
He doesn't have to answer to fucking YouTube. Because they know that they need him. They aren't going to get rid of him. They're keeping him around. He's close to fucking invincible, I'm pretty sure. He's their goal.
Well, to some extent, he has to play by the rules. But I mean, like, I see what you're saying.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, he can't go up on and upload a fucking video of his dick on YouTube, obviously. But yeah.
That'd be awesome, though.
That would be epic. That would be epic. PewDiePie, if you're watching this, I know you do. You know what to do. Push those limits.
Kotaku, suck my dick.
Literally, yeah. Honestly, though, fuck Kotaku. Fuck them.
Isn't it fucking sad when just like a shooting is not interesting enough? Now it's like you have to like inject PewDiePie or like some e-celeb into it for people to actually give a shit.
Yeah, seriously. I don't want this to start a fucking... I don't want this to start a fucking trend where shootings basically just become like an even bigger fucking cry for attention than they already are. This is not gonna instill good ideas in people. It's not going to. It's just gonna make shit even worse and even more divisive. And that's all this fucking person wants, and that everyone's played right into their hands.
Alright, well, it's not a very like positive note to end the broadcast on, but I feel like we're out of time, so Nate, thank you for being on. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. This is very interesting, learning about all the needs of the internet, all the crazy people out there.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
And we'll be back. I don't know when. We're gonna be doing another stream on Saturday next week, but we're also gonna look into doing the bonus show. I don't know when that will happen, but if you're
within the next few weeks.
Yeah, if you're into like our Discord or like follow us on Twitter, we'll keep you posted on that. Yeah. But yeah, peace out.
All right, take it easy, guys. See ya.